Israel is not a nation state. It is a Zionist terrorist organization that uses Jewish beliefs, and I'm sorry if I said that wrong, in order to avoid accountability of their Zionist fascist actions, like murdering civilians. And make no mistake, that's a whole entire war crime in and of itself, and they've done a lot of these. Another 100 innocent civilians doing exactly what Israeli terrorists told them to do have died at the direct hands of Israeli terrorism, war crimes, human rights violations to the highest order. And their response to the murdering of more Palestinian children and families, the fascist Israeli terrorist leader stated, "Have you been sleeping the past week?" To which I find it incredibly interesting why he chose to ask about just the past week, considering Israeli Zionist terrorists have been murdering Palestinian children since the 1940s. So far, Israeli terrorists have murdered another 3,000 innocent people while also using their Hamas regime to kill another 1,500 and blame it on Palestinian people. Maybe, if Israeli terrorists didn't want to lose the lives of their children and their people, they should stop empowering Hamas terrorism, should have never funded and empowered Hamas terrorism in the first place, and maybe stop using fascism on the peaceful Palestinian people right now. Because, it's the Palestinian people that want to live. So far, it's the Israelis who have created all of the violence right now. And don't let it slip your mind that the U.S. sent warships to defend Zionist Israeli terrorists over lies and then stood back full stop while Zionists murdered civilians. There is an option, of course, to allow civilians to leave, but fascists don't want their victims to leave. They want their victims to die. They told civilians to flee south if they wanted to be safe, then began bombing and murdering whole entire bloodlines. But we don't care as Americans. We watch our fascist president condemn Hamas and lie about what he saw for evidence, and not once do we hear him say anything about the thousands of Palestinian children murdered by Israeli terrorists. So he can lie about one group, but can't speak truth about the other? Is it because he's a fucking racist? Let's not forget that Ukraine reached out directly to Israeli terrorists to ask for help with their defense against Russia. And don't get me wrong, liberals, you're allowed to defend yourself any old way you want. I just don't understand why Palestinians aren't afforded that same exact consideration. And I just can't help but feel weird about any nation feeling comfortable reaching out to an apartheid Zionist terrorist organization. Especially since Ukraine has been in trouble quite a few times for having an overwhelming amount of neo-Nazi organizations. I mean, it's all tied together. They all know they're fascists. They all just want to stay connected in their specific brand of fascism. And it's all unnecessary. Israeli terrorists can stop legitimizing Hamas and recognize all the Palestinian leaders who have been trying to gain their freedom from these fascist Zionist concentration camps that the Zionist Israeli fascist terrorists have forced them into. Fuck Israel. It's not a nation. It's a fascist Zionist terrorist organization funded and backed by the U.S. and its military. Full-on fascism supporting fascism. Free Palestine. Liberals and conservatives are fascists and shown that here. So remember, conservatives are red, liberals are blue. Both of them are fascists. How about you?